then.
From Hollywood, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic-Tac-Toe. And now, here's our host, Sweet Martindale.
Thank you very much, Jay Stewart. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Here we go again. Thank you very much. We have a couple of very charming Southerners on. Somebody who used to be from Memphis, our current champion, and a fellow from Missouri. Let's meet him first. No, let's meet our champion. Yeah, she's cuter. Here we go.
Here's our current champion with winnings a total in cash $1,900. She's an insurance investigator. Meet Priscilla Slight. Her opponent is an administrator for a title firm who enjoys boating and flying. Meet John Adkins.
You had a little trouble on the last show with some of those categories up there.
A lot of trouble.
Rumpelstiltskin. If you had your choice of categories up there, what would you put up there in those positions we're going to see in just a minute?
I'd have to say I'd probably put up women I have known, my immediate family.
I'm sorry, John, but I don't think we only have 9 spaces up there.
Something like that.
Hey, good luck on this show.
Thank you.
Hello, Priscilla.
Hi, Wink.
How are you?
Fine, thank
Lady
you.
used to live in Memphis. How long have you been in California now?
Well, I was born in California. We
Yeah.
moved back to Memphis, came back here for 10 years now.
Now, you are a ticket taker at Anaheim Stadium for
That's
California
correct.
Angel during the summer. You're also an insurance investigator. Do you do both of those jobs during the season?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I
and
somehow managed to do
so
it.
far, you have won, let's see, $1,900 in
Boy,
cash.
that's
Are you
terrific.
ready to try to add to that?
I sure am.
He may be tough. Give him a what? Here we go. Okay, let's continue this game where we left off last time. Here are the subjects we're dealing with. The categories for this game for Priscilla and John are redheads, the South, famous movies, fairy tales, religions, comic books, rivers, country music, and opera. Remember those people? Here's what the board looked like the last time we had to stop. They had 2 O's for John and 2 X's for Priscilla. $900 in the pot. Let's shuffle the categories around. And Priscilla, of course, is our champion. Where would you like your next X to go? As we shuffle, there they go.
Well, I'll have to go with comic books, even though I didn't do very good, to block.
You didn't do too well with that one last time, but you need a diagonal block of John with this correct answer. Comic book character Daffy Duck is often pursued by this gun-toting man who has a long red handlebar mustache. To block John, name him.
Yosemite Sam.
Right, good for a block. You knew that one. Put an X there. Let's move the categories around again. $1,100 in the pot. She started off hot today, John. Where would you like to move?
She certainly did. I tell you, I'm going to have to block her, try to block her again with country music in the lower center.
All righty, answer this and you'll block. Priscilla, John, one country music superstar, has recorded such albums as Ladies Love Outlaws and Waylon the Ramblin' Man. To block Priscilla, name him.
Waylon Jennings.
Right, good for a block. Put an O there. $1,300 in the pot. Priscilla, 3 boxes left on the board. Let's shuffle and see what subjects are going to show up for you to select from. Religions, rivers, and redheads.
Well, I'll try religions to block, please.
All right, you need another block with the answer, religions, the subject. This supernatural religion was brought to the Caribbean islands by West African slaves. Its practitioners believe in zombies and the magical powers of charms and curses. To block John, Priscilla, name the religion.
Voodoo?
Yes, good for a block. Voodoo. Another $200 into the pot as we put an X there. All right, John, we're now down to 2 boxes. The categories that'll appear in those boxes will determine what happens from here on. Let's shuffle. $1,500 in the pot. The subjects are the South and famous movies.
Let's try, I didn't have much luck yesterday, but let's try famous movies again in the middle.
All right, famous movies, the subject. John, answer this correctly, and we'll have a tie game. We'll play a brand new game with 9 new categories.
All right, sir.
John, take a look at this picture, please. In 1966, this popular movie musical won the Oscar for Best Picture. For a tie game, name it.
The Sound of Music.
Right, we have a tie game. So, of course, we put an O there, another $200 in the pot. So, Priscilla and John, right after we take a commercial break, we'll come back and play a brand new game with 9 new categories. We'll be back in a moment.
Like Lucy and Ricky, or
Special K2O Mixed Berry Protein Water. Find it in the diet and nutrition aisle.
Priscilla, so far you've defeated 1 opponent. If you defeat John plus 3 other opponents, you're going to win something that you can drive. Tell him what it is, Jake.
It's a brand new car. New Buick Skylark, designed for comfort and convenience with front-wheel drive, providing impressive control and traction. Furnished by Buick. In addition, to protect your new car, it's Polyglycoat Sound Shield for the noisy underside of your car. Not an undercoating. Polyglycoat is a sound shield. Available at new car dealers only. Okay, Wink.
Priscilla, the lady formerly of Memphis, John. Of course, you're from Missouri. You've eaten grits before. She says if she wins, she's going to serve grits at the end of this game, all right?
I got to tell you, my mama makes the best hominy grits and gravy you've ever tasted.
That's what you say. I say my mom makes the best hominy. Oh, we won't get into that. Let's look at the subjects. $1,700 in the pot. Dealing with female achievers, men in sports, odd names, potluck pictures, finish the list, Civil War, automobiles, movies of the 70s, and anatomy. All right, Priscilla, where would you like your first X to be placed in this new game?
Let's go with odd names.
Odd names, upper right-hand corner of the board. Priscilla, this American actress is married to actor Robert Wagner and starred in the film West Side Story. Her last name describes a useful part of a tree. Name her.
Natalie Wood.
Right. Got an X on the board, $200 more in the pot. Takes it to $1,900. Let's move them all around. And John, your turn again.
Well, I think I'm going to have to try autos in the middle.
All right, Mr. Adkins would like autos in the center. It's worth $300 to the pot, John. Several large American auto manufacturers use European names to designate their luxury models. I'll name the luxury models. You name the manufacturers, okay? 1, name the manufacturer who produces the Riviera and the LeSabre. Then, name the manufacturer who produces the Cordoba and the LeBaron. Think about that. John, we're talking about luxury models of automobiles.
Right.
Name the manufacturer who produces the Riviera and the LeSabre.
That'd be Buick. General.
Right. Uh-huh. Name the manufacturer who produces the Cordoba and the LeBaron.
That'd be Chrysler.
Right. Good for the center box. Put them over there. 300 in the pot. Let's shuffle them all around now. $2,200 in the pot. You are starting considerably different from the last time we played this game.
Thank
Priscilla.
heavens.
Let's try men in sports in the lower right-hand corner.
All right, men in sports. Here's your question, Priscilla. Men named Bobby Knight, Dean Smith, and John Wooden are 3 of the most successful college coaches of modern time. What sport do they coach?
Basketball.
Right. Good for a second X on the board for Priscilla. Put an X there. Let's move the categories around. As we shuffle, we put another $200 in the pot. It's up to $2,400, John.
Seems like I'm always in a block situation. I'm going to have to try movies in the 70s on the right center.
All right, you're going for a block of Priscilla. Answer this on films of the 70s for a block. This 1978 film starred Jill Clayburgh as a middle-aged woman dealing with the crises that result when her husband walks out. To block Priscilla, John, name it.
An unmarried woman.
You got it. That's right, for a block. Put it over there. Let's shuffle them around again. $2,600 in the pot. A lot of money, Priscilla, riding on this game.
There sure is. I'll try anatomy to block.
Answer this on anatomy, you'll block John. This appendage of the human body is composed of 3 major bones called the humerus, the radius, and the ulna. Name it for a block.
Your leg?
No, it's the arm.
Oh.
The arm. So again, let's shuffle the categories. In the pot remains $2,600. John, you select.
Let's give it our best shot and try for a win over here with the center on the left-hand side, movies of the 70s. Wayne.
John, if you answer this question correctly on movies of the 1970s, you will win $2,800, and our man from Missouri will be our champion. Diana Ross received an Oscar nomination for her first film, a 1972 picture based on the life of singer Billie Holiday. For the championship and $2,800, John Adkins, name it.
Mahogany.
No. Lady Sings the Blues. Remember, they used to call her Lady Holiday, Billie Holiday. Lady Sings the Blues. So, Priscilla, you were saved by a very good motion picture. Yeah, she was marvelous, and I think she was nominated for an Academy Award. But let's get back to the game. $2,600 remaining in the pot as we shuffle and get back to Priscilla for a selection. John has trouble with those movies sometimes.
Well, here we go for the block again. Odd names.
Answer this on odd names correctly, you'll have a block of John. This American actress who starred in such films as The Last Picture Show and Taxi Driver has a last name that means someone who tends lambs. To block John, name her.
Shepherd.
Right, Sybil Shepherd. Good for a block. Put an X there. 4 boxes left on the board, John. Let's shuffle with $2,800 in the pot. Select.
Well, Wink, I believe we'll try, let's try odd names down at the lower
Odd names,
center.
bottom center. All right, here's your question on odd names. John, this black actor who starred in films as Detective John Shaft has a last name which sounds like a sapling. Name him.
Richard Roundtree.
Yes, that's right. Good for another O on the board. Had a little trouble with that one, huh?
You get a blank sometimes.
We got $3,000 in the pot now. There are 3 boxes left, Priscilla. The categories that'll show up could decide who wins and who loses this game. Let's shuffle, please. 3 boxes left on the board. The subjects are Civil War, movies of the 70s, and anatomy. What's it going to be?
Movies of the 70s to block.
All right, for another block, movies of the 70s. Priscilla, to block John, answer this. The film Equus told the story of a psychiatrist who attempts to find out why a troubled young boy blinded several horses. For a block, name the English-born actor who portrayed the psychiatrist.
Burton.
Yes, Richard Burton, good for a block. Put an X there. $200 more in the pot. The game is now worth $3,200. John, the circle is very tight. We're down to 2 boxes. The categories that'll appear in them will determine what happens from here on. Let's shuffle and see the subjects that will appear. In those boxes, we have anatomy and potluck pictures. Remember, we're playing for $3,200.
I'm always on the defensive here. I'm going to have to take anatomies up in the upper left-hand corner to block.
You can't seem to get on the offensive, Ken. Well, you have been there a couple of times. To block her, John, here is the question on anatomy. In the field of genetics, 2 letters are used to represent the chromosomes which determine the sex of a human child. For a second tie, name either of these letters.
Y.
One of the letters is Y, the other is X, and we have a tie game. So we put another $200 in the pot. It's now up to $3,400. And of course, John and Priscilla, we're going to play the second tie game between you two. And we're going to take a look now and see what subjects we're going to be dealing with in this next game. Here they are. Take a look. Names the same, the 30s, scary things, travel, mixed words, musicals, Republicans, sex symbols, and world literature. Priscilla is our champion in this new game with $3,400 in the pot. Begin.
Let's try names the same in the upper left-hand corner.
Here's the question. Names the same, Priscilla. A popular singer named Andy and a baseball Hall of Famer named Ted share a common last name. What is it?
Andy. Oh, I can't think. Gibb?
No, Andy Williams.
Williams.
And Ted Williams.
Ted Williams.
Let's move the categories. Let's shuffle. $3,400 in the pot. John.
Let's try names the same again.
Names the same, all righty. Let's see if you can have more luck with that category than Priscilla did that time, John. A pollster named Lewis, an actor named Richard, and a football player named Franco all share the same last name. What is it?
Harris.
Right. Put an O there. Let's move the categories around. We shuffle another $200 in the pot. That takes it up to $3,600. Priscilla?
Okay, I'm going to go in the center square for names the same.
Names the same in the
Try
center.
again.
Very important box. All right, Priscilla. The well-known singer named Ray and the detective team of Nick and Nora have the same last name. First, I want you to tell me the name, and then by what more popular and descriptive nickname was Nick known. Here's your extra time. Priscilla, the well-known singer named Ray and the detective team of Nick and Nora have the same last name. First, tell me the name.
Stevens?
No, Charles.
Charles.
Ray Charles, Nick and Nora Charles, and the more popular and descriptive nickname was the Thin Man, Nick Charles, the Thin Man. Very popular television series in the 50s, I believe. Let's move the categories around again. $3,600 still in the pot. John?
Let's try names the same again, Wink, up in the
All
upper
right.
right-hand corner.
Again, in that category, names the same. One last name is common to both an actress named Karen and a former delegate to the United Nations named Shirley. Tell me this shared name, John.
Temple. Black.
No, I'm sorry. I have to accept Temple, which was your first answer. And the name is Black. Karen Black and Shirley Black. Shirley Temple Black. All right, let's move the categories again. $3,600 in the pot. And Priscilla, your turn.
Oh, okay. I'll go with sex symbols in the center, please.
All right, seem to lighten up a little bit there, Priscilla. In addition to being sex symbols, several handsome actors have also won Oscars. I'll name 2 films, and you tell me the Oscar-winning sex symbol who starred in each. 1, Lilies of the Field. 2, Ben-Hur. Think about that for a few seconds. Priscilla, in addition to being sex symbols, several handsome actors have won Oscars. I'll name 2 films. You tell me the Oscar-winning sex symbol and who starred in each. Lilies of the Field.
Sidney Poitier?
Correct. Ben-Hur.
Charlton Heston?
Yes, for the center box. We put an X there, $300 more in the pot. Let's shuffle again. We're now playing for $3,900, and it goes up with every correct answer, John.
I like that name's the same. Let's try it up here in the upper left-hand corner.
Again, name's the same. A comic television actor named Andy shares his last name with a famous film producer whose first two initials were D.W. What is their shared last name?
Rooney.
No, Griffith. D.W. Griffith, famous producer, and Andy Griffith. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we'll be back to continue this game of Tic-Tac-Toe with Priscilla and John.
Oh, no, you've chipped your...
Nearly as many colors and cuts as there are letters of the alphabet.
Would anybody like to win this game? All right, let's get back to it. $3,900 we're playing with, and let's shuffle. Moving the categories to different positions on the board. Priscilla, we're back to you.
Okay, let's try musicals.
Musicals it is. The question, Priscilla, this musical excursion into the world of Damon Runyon starred Frank Sinatra and featured such songs as Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat and Luck Be a Lady. Name it.
Guys and Dolls?
Right. Good for an X on the board. Second X goes up there. $4,100 in the pot as we shuffle them around. All right, John, I think she's getting warm over there.
Starting to roll on me, but I'm going to have to go up to the top center for scary things to block.
All right, to block her, answer this. Actors Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney, and Christopher Lee have all played the role of this bulletproof, heavily bandaged Egyptian monster. To block Priscilla, John, name it.
The Mummy.
Right. Good for a block. Put it over. Again, let's shuffle. $4,300 in the pot. Priscilla, that's a lot of money.
It sure is. Ooh, I'll try the 30s.
Going to go with the 1930s, all right? Lower right, what?
I don't know why.
Here's your question. During the 30s, a series of violent strikes forced the automakers to recognize the UAW as a legitimate bargaining agent. What do the letters UAW stand for?
United Auto Workers.
Correct. You got that one on the 30s. Put an X there. Another 200 in the pot. Let's move them around. 4 boxes left, John. As we shuffle, we move back to you for your pick. What's it going to be?
Well, we better try the 30s up in the upper left-hand corner to block.
All right, she did well with the 30s. See if you can block her with the correct answer to this on the 30s. Within 6 months of 1936, this Southern novel surpassed Uncle Tom's Cabin as the best-selling book in American history. For a block, name it.
Gone with the Wind.
You got it. That's right, for a block. Put an O there. 3 boxes left on the board, Priscilla. Another $200 in the pot. Let's shuffle, and these are the subjects from which you can select. Names the same, scary things, mixed words.
Well, here we go again. Names the same for the block, please.
To block him, names the same. The subject, here's your question. One last name is shared by a popular folk singer named Judy and the American astronaut named Michael. For a block, what is it?
Collins.
Correct. Michael Collins, Judy Collins. Good for a block. Put an X there. John, we have 2 boxes left on the board. We're going to shuffle now and see what happens as you select from one of these 2, travel and musicals.
I think we better try travel for our best shot over here in the upper or the middle left to win.
All right, if you answer the question on travel, you will have a vertical tic-tac-toe. We would add another $200 to what's in the pot now. That would give you a total and the championship $5,100.
Right.
John, here is the question. The subject is travel. If you were on a shopping spree in this large European country, you might buy perfume and cologne and cuckoo clocks in the Black Forest. For the championship and $5,100, name this country.
Germany.
Right, for Tic-Tac-Toe. I was beginning to think, really, that nobody particularly cared about all that cash up there.
Rather an inauspicious start, I must say.
John, what did this mean when you got the win? You did one of these. Now, was that a pirouette? Or you're not a former ballet dancer, right?
I'd be anything for $50 to $100.
Well, almost, John.
Almost anything, right?
$5,100 in cash, now yours, along with the championship. So you'll take the position where Priscilla is now. In just a moment, we'll try to beat the dragon. Priscilla, you have held down the X position over there very nicely. You're one of the prettiest champions we've had in quite some time.
Thank you so much. I had a great time.
With the money that you've won, what is our insurance investigator and part-time ticket taker at Anaheim Stadium going to do with that money?
Well, next summer, my younger sister Heidi and I would like to travel around the western states, so I think I'm going to use that to help us get there.
Well, that sounds like a
Oh,
nice way
we're
to use
looking
money.
forward to it.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
in
much.
whatever you do in the future. You're a
Thank
lovely
you.
lady. Thank you for being with us on Tic Tac Dough. Priscilla Slight. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
It's the Match Game Memorial Day.
Better call for better coverage. 1-888-891-0122.
Nationwide is on your side.
Our new champion is, what do you have as a hobby, flying? Is that correct?
Oh, flying, boating, that kind of thing. Right, right. Love
Well,
to.
it took you a while to fly high on this show, but now we wish you good luck in the future games against your next opponent.
Thank you.
And of course, when we come back on the next show, you'll try to beat our dragon. He's not that easy to beat either.
I'm ready to go for him. though.
Congratulations to
Thank
you. We'll see you next time, everybody, with more of Tic Tac Dough. I'm Wink Martindale. Bye-bye.
12 years I've been driving this bus, going back and forth to the bingo hall. Never an empty seat. And suddenly, I got nobody. No one shows. I mean, what'd I do? What is it, my driving, my jokes? Does my bus smell bad or something? I lost my ladies. Where'd they all go?
They're at home playing Bingo America with Patrick Duffy. Print your card.